Hello everybody, you know me. Okay, no you don't, but you'll know who I am. I'm Magi, and it's AniMonday! Yes, that's right, and this AniMonday we'll be talking about Magi, the Labyrinth of Magic. It is directed by Koji Masunari, written by Hiroyuki Yoshino, and is based off of a manga by Shinobu Otaka. It took me so long to get those names. The show is about Aladdin, Alibaba Saluja, and Morgiana, and their adventures throughout the old-time, ancient, Western Asian cities. It starts off with Aladdin meeting Alibaba and them deciding that they want to go and capture a dungeon. Capturing a dungeon in this series gains characters wealth. It gains them special powers. It gives them notoriety. It also is what Magis do, Magis create in order to bring people there and hopefully find a king. We only know a little bit about that in the beginning. So while Aladdin and Alibaba are trying to capture this dungeon, they are met with opposition by Jamil, Morgiana, and Goltas. Jamil is a despicable person, and he will do whatever it takes to get this dungeon. And it is seen by this when he uses Morgiana, a slave in his service. And she does whatever he says because that's the only life that she's known. And it isn't until Aladdin and Alibaba are able to show her that humanity is not as bad as this guy that she decides to turn on Jamil and help capture the dungeon for Aladdin and Alibaba. Alibaba is the one who's given credit for capturing this dungeon, and he ends up capturing it because of the Jinn Amon grants him his riches and powers. After they capture the dungeon, Aladdin is whisked away from Alibaba and Morgiana. With the riches that he's granted from capturing the dungeon, Alibaba frees all the slaves of Kishan, especially Morgiana. This allows them to go off into their own separate ways. Aladdin then wakes up with the nomad tribe, the Koga clan, and this is where he learns that he is in fact a Magi, a magical being who can create dungeons, and he is the person who is supposed to select a king. We don't know exactly anything else in these first few episodes than that, and it goes on to more detail later on in the series. Morgiana ends up getting captured by slavers, and she has to end up fighting them in order to grow herself, where you really see that because she was a slave, she doesn't know her parents at all, really, and she hates slavery, and she will do whatever she can to stop people who are in that business. Aladdin and Morgiana meet up again while she's going against these slavers, and after the growth that they have gained separately, they come back and they end up going to Balbad, where they meet Sinbad. And this is where the story really picks up. I'm not going to go too much into the story right now because it is heavy spoiler filled, and I don't want to do that. So I will do another video, a spoiler review video, next week. This is the first series of the Magi story, and it is really strong. The writing is very well done, and the creators are not afraid to kill off characters. And so far, every single character death has been hit with emotional turmoil. You feel these characters in their final moments, and that is great writing. That is how you are supposed to write a story. You make the audience want to feel for these characters, and that's exactly what happens. It's also really cool how each of the characters start off at the bottom of the story. They are the weakest that they can be, and they have to grow. And that makes you want to watch the journey that much more. When you watch them grow, when you watch them become who they're supposed to be in the story. So with all the magic that happens in the series, it's actually downplayed in the very beginnings. They focus more on characters, and they want to build up the characters before they're able to give them these really cool powers. And that's a bold choice, especially because it is a shonen type show. But the writer does such a good job. The writing is so good because it doesn't hurt it. It just improves it. And when they start using more and more magic, it gets more and more epic in scale. And that's exactly what you want for a story. And it's really, really amazing that that's exactly what they do. The two opening songs for the show are really great. I mean it. They, like my last review, Samurai Flamenco had really great music. This series has really great music. The first song is VIP by Sid. It's a great song to get you pumped and hyped for the show. And that's what you want for an opening in an anime. Something to get you pumped and hyped for the beginning of the show. The other opening song is by Porno Graffiti. And anything by Porno Graffiti, just like anything from Flow, is great. These guys are a really, really good band, and I really enjoy all their music. I know they have some in, I believe, either Bleach or Naruto, so they know exactly which music to pick for the openings and for the endings. The first ending is Yubi Boenkyo by Nogizaka 46. And the minute I heard that, I thought, wow, this sounds a lot like AKB48. And it's supposed to, because they are AKB48's rivals. And this song is just a good way to end an episode. And the other song is The Bravery by Supercell. It's a really good song too. It's every single song choice in this series, every single action set piece in this series, every single story arc in this series is engaging, is beautiful. And I love this show. I really do. I am a huge fan. And the second series is just as good. So to recap, great characters, great story, great show, great music. It's definitely one to check out. I know it's not going to be for everyone, but I'd highly recommend it. So, I will be doing a spoiler full review, like I said earlier, next week, because I can't really go into details of the story, and I can't really explain why it's so good without spoiling so much, especially so much of the heart, so much of the pain that they make you feel. I skipped out a lot, so I'm going to do a spoiler review next week, and I'm also going to do a second AniMonday episode, because I know I can't just do part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4 every week. I want to have more and more content, more and more reviews, especially anime. So, I will be reviewing the first season of 7 Deadly Sins. Yeah, I will let you know what I think about that season, and I will let you know what it is, because that's what That's what it's all about, you guys. That's what reviews are all about. But anyways, yes, next week, Seven Deadly Sins Season 1 review, and the spoiler review for Magi, the Labyrinth of Magic. And yeah, that's all the time for today, and until next time,
It will be awesome.